In this video, I will be going to discuss what is length-based splitting. In length-based text splitting, text will be divided into smaller chunks based on a fixed size. So let me show you through a website. You see, I am going to a website. The name of the website is chunkwiz.up.railway.app. So in this, if you notice, I have passed a text, and this text I will be going to split into different chunks. So the chunk size which I have given is 200 characters in each chunk, and there is no overlap. What is overlap? I will explain you later in this video. So if I see this output, so you see this is chunk number 1 from here to here till M, and after that this yellow is different chunk, then this color is different, and so on. So like this 10 chunks are created. Now if you see this word machine, some part of this word is in chunk 1 and some part of this word in chunk 2. So the problem with this kind of length based splitting is that it will not take care of sentences, words or contextual meaning. It will just cut it after the specified number of characters. So this is what I have written here. Since the text is split blindly after the fixed number of characters, sentences or words are often get cut in the middle. This makes chunk harder for a model to understand. So you see, because of words get cut in the middle, loss of context may happen. Loss of context means important related information may end up in a separate chunk. Example, your question is in one chunk and answer is in another chunk. So the related information we want to keep it in a single chunk. But what will happen? Some part of the information is in one chunk and another part is in another chunk. So loss of context may happen. So to fix this context loss, overlapping is used. But overlapping increases processing time and storage. So let me tell you what is overlapping. So what I will do here, to save the loss of context, I will introduce overlapping here. So here, let's say I make the overlapping of 30 characters. Now please see the text from here to here. This is the overlapping text, or you can say it is the common text between the two chunks. So you have chunk number 1 and chunk number 2. So this will be the common text between the two, or you can say it's a overlapping text between the two. Similarly, if you see this chunk and this chunk, this is the overlapping text. And here in this chunk and this chunk, this is the overlapping text, and so on. So because of this overlapping, context meaning will not be lost. So in this way we can save the context meaning. But the problem is that because of this overlap, it increases processing time and storage size. So what is the thumb rule? The thumb rule is that 10 to 20% of chunk size is generally considered good overlap. Means I have given 200 character size for a one chunk, so you can give around 20 to 40 characters of overlap, which is 10 to 20% of this chunk size. And this length based splitting I will do with the help of a class in LangChain which is known as CharacterTextSplitter. So this class I will be going to use to perform this length based splitting, but this length based splitting is not used much because of the drawback that it blindly split after a fixed number of characters. So I will show you the practical of this now, how to implement CharacterTextSplitter. Here I am using a file CharacterTextSplitters.py, and here I will write from LangChain.TextSplitters, and I will be going to import CharacterTextSplitter. So this character text splitter class is inside LangChain dot text splitters. Now what I will do, I will call this class which is character text splitters, and here you see only one attribute is visible, which is separator. But if you go to this particular class, you right click on it and go to the definition. Here you see character text splitter has one attribute which is separator, that's fine, but it is inheriting one more class which is text splitter class. So if I right click on the text splitter and go to the definition of the text splitter, here you see I can see more attributes like chunk size and chunk overlap. So these attributes I will also use, which are actually from the base class which is text splitter. So first I will use the chunk size here. The chunk size is equal to 200. Then I will copy this chunk overlap and paste it here, and the chunk overlap, let's say I give 30, and after that I will give separator, and the separator is nothing. So I want after 200 characters the next chunk starts. So I just give single quotes without any space. So I will equate this with an object which is a splitter object. So my splitter object is created. Now you see I want the text which I just need to split. So I will put a string variable, and in string variable I will use 3 quotation marks, and within these 3 quotation marks I will write some text which I want to split. So here you see I copy this whole text which is present here. So I copy all this text and paste it here. So that's fine. My text data is written here now. Now what I will do, I will use this splitter object and I will be going to call a function which is called split text function, and in this I need to pass the string. So I will write text is equal to str. So this variable I just passed it here, and you see what it will be going to return me. It will be going to return me the list of chunks. So here I will write list of chunks is equal to this, and now you see I can print the list of chunks. So I will write print, and here I will say list of chunks. So if I run this, so here you see lot of list of chunks are created. So this is chunk number 1 from here to here, then this is chunk number 2. So from here to here ES various techniques such as, this is a common because the size is 30, which is common. Then machine learning and all, it's there. Then this is chunk number 3. So like this multiple chunks are created. If you want to see how many total chunks are created, you can check the length of this. So it will give you 11 chunks are created. Also, if you want to make a loop to display it, so what I will do, I will just comment it, and here I will write for chunk in list of chunks. So every chunk will be passed one by one from the list of chunk to this chunk variable, and I will be going to print each and every chunk. After this I will be going to print a separator, let's say these dashes, just to show that chunks are separated. So now if I run this, so here You see, this is chunk number 1, this is chunk number 2, this is chunk number 3, then chunk number 4, and so on. Now what I will do, instead of this text, I will use this PDF document. So this PDF document I have already shown you in my previous video. So if I show you again, this is my PDF document which has 50 points about AI and psychology, and you see 27 points are in page number 1 and other points are in page number 2. So this time I will use PyPDF loader first to load this document, and then I will split this particular document. So what I will do, I will copy this whole code, and you see I have created a new file which is textsplitter1.py. In this I will be going to paste all the code, and what I will do, I don't need this for loop, I just remove this. Also I don't need the whole text this time, so I remove this also. So here first I will be going to add the document loader. So I will write from LangChain dot document loaders import PyPDF loader. So I will call this PyPDF loader class, and I will mention the file path here. So the file path is equal to pdf doc.pdf, pdf doc.pdf. So this is the path, and I will equate it with the loader object. Then I will call the load function of the loader object, and it will be going to return me list of documents. So because there are 2 pages in PDF, so 2 list of documents will be created. Let me keep the same splitter class that I want to have the 200 chunk size, chunk overlap is 30, everything is fine. But instead of split underscore text here, I will use split underscore document. So here I will put dot, and here I will put split documents, because this time I have list of documents with me which I have loaded, and I don't have a plain text this time, and here I will be going to pass the list of documents. So this is the change which I have done, and then you see I will be going to display the list of chunks. So if I execute it, so here multiple chunks are created, and every chunk will be in the form of document which will have the page content as well as the metadata information. So here is the metadata and here is the page content. So if you see, this is a second document. So every chunk is a document, and here it is a metadata, and here it is a page content. So like this it has been created. So if you are interested in a particular chunk, so let's say I'm interested in chunk number 3, because it starts with 0, so I will put 2 here. So if I execute it, so it will give me chunk number 3. So this is chunk number 3, and here few points are there of this chunk, like it is starting from here, and point number 5, 6, 7, and you see it has a metadata information as well. So if you want to only refer the contents of it, after that you can do page underscore content, so you will be able to see only the contents of it. So these are the contents of this particular chunk. Similarly, if you want to see the contents of the next chunk, you just copy and paste it here and just call it as 3 and execute it. You see, functioning psychologist. So this functioning text is cut, and from this point to this point, here it is a overlap in the next chunk. So hope you can observe it. So in this way you can split the text using split underscore documents, and this time every chunk will be a document. So if I show you the type of each and every document, so here I can write print type, and let me use a particular chunk. Let's say this, a single chunk I am using, and let me comment these two and execute it. So you see it has returned me a type which is document type. In the next video I will tell you how to split by text structure.